Alright folks, another day, time for another bass video. Today I come to you with no regard for my personal safety as I am demoing a boat anchor. This is a late 70s, probably more like early 80s Peavey T-40 bass, and it weighs 11.8 pounds. I know some of you probably have heavier basses out there, but this is ridiculous. This is an albatross hanging from your neck. Go find the heaviest USA G&L bass you can find, add a pound to it, and that's this thing. This is a dinosaur. I have been playing this for the last 2 hours trying to find tones that I think people would use it for, things that appeal to me. Strangely, it's been hard. So, anyhow, let's talk a little bit about these crazy basses. So, body is made out of ash. This is not swamp ash. This isn't even baseball bat ash. They find the baseball bat tree, and only the densest wood on the inside of that tree gets to be a T-40. Again, it is crazy heavy. To boot, they put a bridge that probably weighs half a pound on it. Take a look. This was like Peavey was in a pissing match with somebody over high mast bridges and says, "We're going to win." This is an insane bridge. The bridge does feature, if you can see it, you've got string through the back and then, string through body here as well. Hopefully the camera picked that up. You've got two toaster style pickups. I believe they're humbuckers, but one of the things that a lot of people who've even owned these basses for a while have no clue is that these humbuckers can be tapped into single coils. You think it's this switch? Nope. Think it's this switch? Nope. It's not a switch. It's very weird. The tone pots, when they're from 7 to 10, are single coil, and it's kind of single coil with a little bit of tone roll down. And once you get down to 7, they go to humbucker mode. So that's one thing that makes this bass different. This is a pickup phase switch, which is worthless. I'll demonstrate that later. This is the actual pickup switch front and back. So even though you have 2 volumes, you can also switch directly. So if you want to switch pickups, that's kind of neat versus having to fiddle with 2 knobs. Got a maple neck, maple fretboard, string tree. Even the string tree is beefy. Look at this damn thing. The tuners are really beefy, and for a bass that's, good lord, probably getting close to 30 years old here, not all that soon. These are really tight still. I mean, really tight. And you can kind of tell they're high mass tuners. They've got a lot of chunk to them. So I guess one thing this has, now it's got a barrel jack on it. See in my other videos, I hate barrel jacks, and this one is actually having issues. I didn't even bother to look at it. So I might have to wiggle it around to get it to work here until I get that fixed or get rid of this, which is probably more likely, to be honest with you. So, there's your overview. This thing is built like a tank. That's the way they built these. They come with really lightweight plastic hardshell cases. I think they do that to take the weight down when you're carrying it around. It's just archaic. This, just so you know, they all come, the natural ones, have a finish on them. This has been sanded down by somebody. You can tell around the edges, I can feel where they didn't have a clue and they just kept sanding on the edges. Also, it should be shiny. All of these should be shiny. If you see one that's dull, somebody has sanded it down. I think the guy said he put some tung oil on it. I kind of bought it on a whim. It was kind of cheap. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this or not. I think this might actually get parted out. We'll see. I was thinking maybe about refinishing it. Ash makes some beautiful finishes. There's, I think it's called Ceruse. It's kind of reverse making the grain pop out, or even just putting stain on this, like a colored stain like red, and clear coating it. It could look amazing, but it would just add more weight to it, so I don't think that's advisable. Alright, well, I guess enough BS here. Let's get to playing. So first, I'm going to take both pickups are on. We are in the in phase pickup position, and I've got both of the tone knobs all the way up. So this would be 2 single coils a la a jazz bass. So let's see how that sounds. Alright, so next let's listen to the rear pickup by itself. Alright, now let's listen to the front pickup. And again, this is in single coil mode. That was just in single coil mode by itself. So kind of P-bass like, kind of not P-bass like. Alright, so now we're going to go both pickups. And I want you to listen. Actually, we'll do each individual pickup. So right there, you'll notice it actually gets louder. As you get to 7, now I've gone to humbucking mode. On the rear one, or the front one, you hear the same thing. You hear, so you can hear it get louder. So now they're both in humbucking mode. Rear and humbucking mode. And then let's go to the front in humbucking mode. This sounds pretty good with a pick. The bass is kind of strange. There's not a lot of treble. The treble is jacked on the amp. If you find my Marcus Miller Sire V7 video, the amp is on the same settings, believe it or not. Now that, so if you listen to the first part of that, you'll see how much treble is there even in passive mode. And this thing just eats it up. These strings are actually fresh. I know you don't believe that, but they are. But like I said, front pickup, pick sounds pretty good, you know, like some YouTube stuff. So, you know, it cuts through the mix pretty well. By itself, it doesn't sound all that great, but, you know, a lot of basses don't sound all that great by themselves. So, well, let me demo one other thing here. I'm trying to make this video quicker change. So, we talked about this phase switch. So, this is both pickups in humbucking mode. There's your phase. So, if you play something, you know, blues stuff. So all it does is make things sound incredibly weak. So let's turn this all the way up. So here's your kind of jazz bass, your 2 single coils, and same thing. Now we go to out of phase. So let's just call this the wimpy switch because that's all it does. It is worthless. I don't know what sort of tones you would use that for. So there you have it. Really quick and dirty tour this time. Also, to let you guys know, I was risking my life and limb by playing this. Look at this thing. So not only have I had this around my back for 2 hours, which is dying, but look at the action. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. So I can get 3/4 pretty much under the 12th fret. Now, I haven't played with the truss rod, and I think the guy that had it before me liked to play it with a pick, but still, that's, you know, insane. So, oh, that's another thing. So you don't want to slap it. One, it sounds like shit. Sorry. But if you slap, this, you know, the positioning of this pickup means that you're always going to hit it. So you're not going to buy this bass to slap on. Just forget about it. So you can throw that away. So then here it is. You know, these have a lot of popularity out there. The prices on these are on the rise. A good one can fetch $550 or so. Man, there's a lot of better basses you could buy. Also a lot better on your back than this thing for that kind of money. There's a ton of basses out there available. I don't know that I would spend that kind of money on it. Thankfully I didn't, because it was stripped down. I had a little bit of negotiating power. I should have ran, but I didn't. I know like Scott Grove and others think that this is like the world's most amazing bass. And it's not bad. If you play with a pick, I think it might be pretty good. If you play country, you might enjoy it. Old country, like newer country, man, those guys play with tone. I mean, there's some really good studio bassists out there these days. It just feels like a boat anchor. I'll have to go out to YouTube, see if anybody else has got some videos out there, but man, I think you could do a lot better, and I think your back would appreciate it if you bought something else. So, I don't know, my opinion, take it for what it's worth. Take a look at my other videos. I've got a bunch of bass tours out there better than this one. I'm not very enthused about this, unfortunately, so I'm not really bringing out whatever goodness there is in this. But I have some other bass videos that are, and just keep a lookout. I still got, I don't know, right now 6 or 7 that I need to get demos of, and I'll put out there. So feel free to ask any questions. Until next time.